All right, and we are live. What's good, everybody? Happy Thursday. And y'all, welcome back to another episode of Black Girl Interrupted. Man, y'all, it is Thursday. We are one day away from the weekend. Some of us have a 3-day weekend, like myself, because I took off Monday for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Hell, everybody else take off, so I'm going to take off for Martin Luther King Jr. Day, celebrate. But how y'all feeling? How's everybody doing today? Like, what's going on? How's your week been so far? Y'all know I got to do my check-in with y'all. Y'all already know my mental health check-in. So don't forget, y'all. Drop in the comments. Let me know how y'all feeling tonight. Can I say that I'm tired? Can I say that I'm ready for tomorrow? I'm ready for 3:45. I'm ready to clock out. Can I say that? Am I allowed to say that? Like, I'm tired. Like, I'm ready for a break. I need a whole vacation. Shit. Ooh, excuse me, y'all. But I do. I really do. I need a whole break. I need a whole vacation. I need all of that done. So, tonight's conversation might get a little hectic, might get a little deep tonight, but you know how I am. Y'all know I love stirring the pot. Y'all know I don't care, but hey, it is what it is. So you guys already know before I even get started doing anything, before I even jump into tonight's conversation, y'all already know I got to do my mental health check-in. So hold tight. Y'all know how I do it.
What do you do when your battle chooses you? What do you do when something shows up on your doorstep that you did not directly cause, choose, or definitely anticipate?
Life is not always easy. In fact, some of you today, you're here and you're going through the toughest season of your life. There will be seasons where we will suffer. There will be seasons of real pain. And the question is, how will you respond in those moments?
Life is hard sometimes. Easy, it's not an option. But it's worth fighting. It's worth believing. It's worth giving yourself a chance. It's worth mustering yourself up, standing up inside yourself. It's worth fighting relentlessly, never giving up. It's worth it. You can do it. You can do it.
There's problems that we go through that cause stress, worry, anxiety, and fear. But you might be in the battle of your life. I want to encourage you. It's not about what's happening around you. It's always about what's happening inside of you.
Just because you feel afraid doesn't mean you have to be afraid. Just because you feel discouraged doesn't mean you have to be discouraged. Just because you have fear doesn't mean fear has to have you.
The sentence out of your mouth is a story that you are putting out. I'm not gonna make it. I quit. Let's get a divorce. Business is never coming back. We've lost too many people. I've made too many mistakes. I'm a failure. Nobody can help me. I've done too many bad things. I don't know what's coming out of your mouth, but it's a death sentence. And as you continue to confess it and as you continue to declare it, well, don't be surprised when it becomes true in your life. We have to make sure that whenever I think a death sentence, I must speak a life sentence. Oh, I'm feeling the sentence of death. I'm feeling the thoughts of anxiety. I'm feeling the thoughts that I'm done. I feel like I've been used and it hurts and it's difficult. But when that happens, I start speaking out a life sentence. No, I'm just going to keep showing up. No, I'm going to get back up. The righteous man, he falls 7 times, but he gets back up.
Never give up. Never give in. Because skill can't get you past certain things. Quickness, agility can't get you. You gotta have mental toughness. Pain ain't permanent. Your pain ain't permanent. You can get through this. You bigger than your pain. You better than that.
Come on, you need to remember, this is not the first time you cried. This is not the first time you were short of breath. This is not the first time you didn't see a way clear. This is not the first time you were hurt. This is not the first time your heart was broken. This is not the first time you didn't have enough money. This is not the first diagnosis that came up from behind.
Say, I'm going to live to tell the story. This too shall pass. I will remain. I'm not going to quit. Every one of my burdens, there's a blessing on the inside of it. If you don't quit, you will win, baby.
You're going to work through this. You're going to get up. You're going to get dressed. You're going to get out. And you're going to do what you've been called to do. You're going to be what you called to be. And you're going to prove to everybody that tried to break you, everybody that tried to stop you, everybody that tried to kill your dream, you're going to prove all of them wrong.
Just keep coming back. If you got nothing left to give, just show back up. Half of life, man, is just showing up.
And I'm telling you right now, don't give up. I'm telling you right now, don't give in. Get through it. And if you can get through it, if you can work through your pain, I'm guaranteeing you on the other side is a reward. Pain is not permanent. Pain is temporary.
So hey y'all. Y'all already know I always have to do my mental health check-in. You know what I'm saying? Because I have to make sure everyone is doing good mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. That's what I do. You get what I'm saying? And I really push and advocate for that because I didn't have that for me. You get what I'm saying? So I push, 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 push. So y'all drop in the comments. I'm still doing my mental health check-in. So y'all let me know how y'all feeling. Again, today is Thursday. A lot of us have a 3-day weekend. Some of us have to go to work on Monday. But I don't. I'm off Monday. I took off. Again, I'm celebrating MLK Day. If they can get President's Day, I can celebrate MLK Day. Sip that pipe and hot tea. So I'm doing, again, the mental health check-in. Y'all let me know how y'all are feeling, So I got some comments. So let me shout out to everybody. Hold up. Hold on, y'all. Hey, Keita. It's good to see you, boo. I miss you so much. Girl, we got to catch up, girl, because you know I no longer work for that company. So, girl, we definitely have to catch up. We have to catch up. I'm so happy to see you. Oh, there go my brother. Let's get it, GA. Hey, brother. Baby, let me tell y'all. Y'all got to stick around for this conversation tonight. Because, baby, let me tell you something. I'm about to stir the whole pot. I'm about to have you women mad at me. But it is what it is at the end of the day. It's a conversation that's much needed and has to be had. Oh, and don't forget, y'all go follow Let's Get It GA on YouTube. Baby, he does the basketball games. I have no clue, but I still tap in and look. Because I don't know how to play them games. You know, give me the basic little games, and that's what I know how to play. So y'all don't judge me. But thank you, brother. Love you. Hey, Terror Artist 404. Good to see you. Good to see you. Y'all don't forget, go follow Terror Artist 404 under the name. He does the simulations for the Madden. Pray for him because he is a Falcons fan. That's okay. That's all right. We still love him anyway. But y'all go check him out. He has very great content. Very proud of him. Oh, hey, Suave. Hey, Sissy. Love you, baby. Good to see you. Yes, baby. I am absolutely enjoying myself. But you know what? Tonight I got to stir the pot. I'm about to crank it up. Like I say, the month of January, we're talking about things that plague the Black community. And this topic tonight is absolutely plaguing the Black community. And tonight, I got on blue because I'm representing the Black fathers tonight. Because I'm going to talk to you Black bitter baby mamas again. Because y'all tripping. Y'all really tripping. And y'all need to stop doing what y'all do. So I'm going to wake that up tonight. Yes, indeed. Girl, yes, Keita. We definitely got to catch up. I so miss you. I promise I do. We have to. If you free this weekend, girl, we're gonna have to sit down and we're gonna have to really talk and catch up. Hey, Vontae. It's good to see you, my baby. I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. So, y'all keep dropping in the comments. Let me know how y'all are doing. She say, love you. Oh, I love you too, sister. She say, I was hoping I didn't miss you a lot. Baby, let me tell you, tonight's conversation, I'm about to wake some shit up. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to be 100 with y'all. I'm about to wake some shit up with you black women. Okay? I'm about to wake some shit up. Okay? Because, whew, y'all black women, y'all need to stop what y'all doing. I promise y'all really, truly do. And we're going to have this conversation tonight. So, it is what it is. Okay, I'm going to call you Saturday. Girl. I'm going to call you Saturday. Vontae, I do. I absolutely love you. I absolutely do. And I'm so proud of you too. Very proud of you and everything that you're doing. Ha! She said, come on, sis, I'm ready. You sure? I need okay, so let me say this. Before I jump into tonight's conversation, go ahead, go get your water, your tea, your wine, whatever it is that you drink. Because, baby, guess what? I'm about to wake this up. I'm about to pull the Band-Aids off. Again, I'm representing for the fathers tonight. I'm representing for the fathers, for the black fathers, the ones that are active in their children's lives, the ones that want to be active in their children's lives. You get what I'm saying? So I'm representing for them tonight. Ladies, I always represent for y'all, but tonight, I got to represent for my fellas, okay? I really, truly have to. It's 2022, and a lot of the BS that you women are doing, it's time for y'all to cut it out. It's time for it to stop. So, hey, T, I love you, sissy. Good to see you. Good to see you. So, I say we ready. So, I was on TikTok a couple weeks ago, and a video, I scrolled past a video on TikTok, and I had to stop and I had to rewatch this video, and I think I watched it maybe 10, maybe 20 times. And I say, you know what? This is absolutely a conversation that needs to be had. Because it is a lot of women that are doing this. So y'all hold up. I'm finna roll the clip. And then we're going to jump into tonight's conversation. And I even shared the post on my Facebook page. So y'all hold tight. Like I say, let me go ahead and let me roll this. And then we're going to jump into the conversation.
My old account was banned for whatever reason.
On child support, you got to also make sure that you abide by the court order as well. You can't continue collecting child support payments and not allow the father access to his child. That's called manipulation of the child. You're using the child against the father because there is some issue that you have with him. But I'm looking at a court order that states that this father should have access to his child every other weekend, and you are out of compliance with that order.
To my ladies that are watching, to my fellas that are watching, again, I'm representing tonight for the men. For the men that fight to be in their children's lives. For the fathers that go to sleep every night crying because the child is being manipulated and turned against them because the mother is bitter. So I'm waking that up tonight. I saw that video and my whole heart dropped to the bottom of my stomach because there are really, truly good black men out here that want to be fathers to their children, and it's bitter, manipulative women out here that do not give them the opportunity to, because y'all are no longer together, because he's moved on with his life and you still stuck in the past. So tonight, that's the conversation. So I'm going to address you women. I'm talking to you women tonight. You can call me whatever you want after tonight. It really doesn't matter. Because a lot of you women that I follow on Facebook, or maybe not even Facebook, on social media, I've seen y'all do this to your baby daddies. And then you wonder why when your child turns 17 or 18 or gets of age and starts to see that you are the one that has been manipulative their whole entire life, you're going to be sitting by yourself. You're going to be raising yourself by yourself, taking care of yourself by yourself. So that's what we're addressing tonight, because I'm sick of it. I'm over it. I'm tired. Because black men are always portrayed that they're deadbeat fathers. They don't want to do for their children. I want to address you deadbeat mothers. So that's the conversation tonight. We're going to talk about court-ordered child support and why you women do not allow these men to see their children, even if they're not paying child support. Why don't you allow these men to see their children? Do you ladies not realize that when there is a court order and you are out of compliance, if the father is smart and knows his rights, he can file contempt and you could go to jail? Hello, ladies. So fathers, if you're watching, pay attention, because I'm representing for y'all tonight. I promise you I am. Black women, y'all know I'm right hand to the man with y'all. I got to call y'all out on your bullshit now. I got to call you out on it. I got to call you out on it. I really honestly do. Tisha say blue. Suave say, oh. Like, ooh. Yeah, that's the conversation tonight. Hey, Mercedes. Mercedes say preach. Gita say me too. Terror Artist 404 say you right on that. It's deadbeat moms as well. Right. Absolutely. And you right, bitter, sad, manipulative, narcissist, whatever you want to call them, that's what they are. Okay? So we're going to wake that shit up tonight. Hey, cousin, I love you. I hope you're feeling better, babe. I'll see y'all in February. I'll be back in LA in February. So I say it's a lot of deadbeat moms out here. It sure is. It sure is. And I know some of them. I know quite a few. So I got blue on tonight because, again, I'm representing for the black fathers, the ones that do for their children. You deadbeats, I'll talk to y'all on April Fool's Day. You know, the deadbeat dads, deadbeat moms, I'll talk to y'all on April Fool's Day. But tonight I want to represent and I want to celebrate and salute the fathers that want to do for their children. I really, truly do. So let's go ahead and let's jump into it tonight. So court-ordered child support. Baby, is it warranted or is it just a broke woman's hustle? Oh, I said it. So tonight we're going to talk about court-ordered child support, visitation, and the rights of the father. Because, see, a lot of you women don't realize that everything you do, your child is watching. The child is watching. You have these fathers that get up every day, go to a job that they don't like, pay child support, and still have to maintain their household. And all they ask is to spend time with their children. But you women don't let that happen. You don't let it happen because he's moved on, he's in a new relationship, and now you don't want the new woman around the child. But you're in a relationship. But it's okay for your boyfriend to be around the child that you have with another man, but it's not okay for him to have his new woman around the child. As long as the woman is not harming the child, what are you worried about? If you moved on, he's moved on, what's the problem? Why can't you learn how to co-parent healthy? You get what I'm saying? That's the problem in the community is we no longer have this village. And it's a lot of you bitter baby mamas that keep the village divided. Do you realize how imperative it is for a father to be in their child's life? Whether you have a son or a daughter, it's imperative. for this father to be in a child's life. It's imperative. Fathers are a woman's first love. And some of you mothers deny your daughters of that. Fathers are your son's first best friend. And some of you baby mamas deny your son of that. You women have to understand you cannot raise a boy to be a man because you're not a man. You can't teach him to be a man. So he needs that positive male role model, whether it's an uncle, whether it's a cousin, whether it's a stepfather, whether it's their own father. Boys need that. They need their fathers just as well as women need their fathers too. Fathers show us how we're supposed to be treated as women. Fathers show boys how to be men. Moms, we can't do that. So what I need us to do as women, stop trying to take on the masculine role and do what you're supposed to and just be a mom. Just be a mother. So I want to talk about this court order child support. Do you think it's necessary? Do you think it's necessary to file child support? You know? And I'm going to say this. It all depends on the circumstances and the situation. If the father is not actively providing financially for the child, I could see that. I absolutely will stand 10 toes down with women on that. But you have some women where the father is actively financially supporting the child, but you still go file child support because you become greedy. You want more money. But the money is not for you. It's for your child. It's not for you to go get your hair done. It's not for you to go get your nails done. I can see if you need to pay the light bill or the water bill with it because the child needs water, the child needs lights, gas. I can see that. But the child support is not for your seafood burrows that you have every weekend because your baby, 3 years old, that baby not eating no damn seafood. It's not for you to go to the club. That's not what it's for. It's supposed to take care of your child. Where you fall short. You get what I'm saying? That's what it's for. But some of y'all don't realize that. Some of y'all don't even get that. Some of y'all go file child support again because he's in a whole nother relationship and now you mad. So guess what? You're going to go march your ass to the courthouse and file child support. Or he has another baby and you want to be the first one to file child support so you can get the biggest percentage of his income. See, some of you women, you do things out of spite to be vindictive and don't realize that karma doesn't have an expiration date. So everything that you're doing, trust and believe, baby. God sits high and looks low. Don't worry, baby, because your day is coming. Best believe that. Best believe that. Y'all do this out of spite. You do it out of spite. Suave say a broke woman's hustle. That's all. That's for all races. But you know what, sis? I'm talking to the black women tonight. You get what I'm saying? I'm addressing our community. You know, I don't know what goes on in the Caucasian or the Hispanic or community, but I'm addressing the black community. I'm not racist, but hey, I'm addressing the black community right now. And she say, I feel once you break up, automatically go to therapy for co-parenting. Right. Absolutely. And so Suave says, I hate doing for my brother, but I prefer picking up my nephew from his baby mama so he can see him. Let's talk about that. You know, because we're going into that. Because whether he's paying child support or not, If he's actively trying to see the child, stop standing in the way of that. We're going to, later on in the show, we're definitely going to get into that. We're going to address that because I want you fathers to know your rights when it comes to court orders. You get what I'm saying? You can go online. You can file the contempt paperwork through your courthouse. You could Google it. You don't have to get an attorney for it. Take her back to court and let them know. Hey, I have a court order that says I'm supposed to do X, Y, Z, and she's not allowing me to do X, Y, Z. Take her to court. Because, see, some of you women act like you're untouchable. You act like, oh, the courts are not going to do anything to you because the courts always rule in the mother's favor. So, I'm here in support of the fathers that do for their children. That's what I'm here to do tonight. I'm here to represent for the fathers. So, let's go into some of the comments. Mercedes says, you know it. Suave says child support can be put up on savings for kids at a later date. Absolutely. There's 1,099 things you could do with the child support instead of spending it on yourself. Quita said, girl, I know someone who is living that now. Baby, I know quite a few that do this. You get what I'm saying? My brother is in this situation. Pay child support, but can't see the child. Why? You hurting the child. Why are you continuing to do this? Stop. Put your pride to the side and think about what's in the best interest of the child. Stop denying these children their fathers, especially when they want to be in these children's lives. Do you realize how hard it is? But you want to sit with your hands on your chest because you want to be in control. You can't run everything, ladies. You didn't get that baby by yourself. Stop acting like the baby just belongs to you. And I'm speaking about the fathers that want to do for their children. I'm not talking about you deadbeats, because again, I'm going to address you deadbeats on April Fool's Day. But I'm talking to the fathers that actively take care of their children and try to negotiate. And I don't feel like a father should have to negotiate when he can and can't see his child. Unless there's a discussion, unless y'all two sit down and say, okay, well, on these days, I know Wednesdays are your days, but the child may have band practice or track practice or whatever the situation is. Let him come pick the child up Thursday. Or maybe on his weekend, let him come pick the baby up on Thursday and keep the baby till Sunday. There's ways to co-parent in a healthy manner. But some of you women are ready for that. And I really don't understand why. What's the problem? I just don't get it. Like, y'all, when I say this really upsets me because you really have fathers out here that cry every night. They get to watch their children grow up on Facebook. You got a whole nother man raising your baby, and you got the father right here that's willing and wanting to participate and be active in a child's life. But then you go and you tell all your friends, girl, he ain't shit. He don't want to do nothing. When really that's not even the truth. Because everyone knows there's three sides to every story. Your side, his side, and in the middle lies the truth. So I'm addressing this. Court order child support. And the rights. There's visitations that you're supposed to abide by. And when you don't, you deserve to be reprimanded. If we can hold these fathers accountable, why can't we hold the baby mamas accountable? Oh, that's right, because it doesn't fit the narrative that moms could be deadbeats. Because it's easy for us to say, oh, girl, the daddy, oh, girl, he ain't shit. But you failing to tell that you're the reason that the child don't get to spend time with the father because you won't allow him to, or you won't allow her to. because you still up in your feelings. And the relationship been over 2, 3, 4 years, and you still holding on to the past. Girl, let that go. Girl, you need to grow up. You need to grow up. As far as I'm concerned, you need to go sit at the little kids table until you learn how to be a grown woman and mature and have adult conversations instead of walking around pouting and beating your chest. Oh, woe is me. Stop it. Because I'm talking to you women. Oh, Lord, baby. Because, honey, y'all just done really upset me. Baby, these women here done really upset me. You right, Keish. Baby, some women are bitter. Very bitter, sad, have nothing going on in their life, so they want to bring misery to other people. Get therapy. You need some real, true live help. You really honestly do. Keita say the father have to spend more money seeking a lawyer just to see their child when the papers say he have rights. And that's the part I'm talking about. But see, we're going to get into that. So hold tight on that, Quita, because guess what? It's a lot of things that a father can do when a woman does exactly what you just said. When he has to spend out all the money to get a lawyer, oh yeah, he could be reimbursed. But we're going to jump into that. Hey, sis. Jewel say they're not ready for this conversation because they would have to take accountability for a bitter ass baby, for that bitter baby mama syndrome. Honey, well, I'm here to wake it up. I'm here to hold them accountable. We always hold the men accountable. Why the women can't hold the bag this time? Why can't the women be held accountable? So that's what we're talking about tonight. We're going to hold you women accountable, and that's what we're going to do. You don't like it? God bless you. I love you anyway. But y'all know how I rock and get down. She say it's been going on since he moved on with another woman. Right. But this is what gets me. The relationship has been over 2, 3 years. And you still bitter. Why? You in a whole new relationship. He's not even checking for you. All he wants to do is come pick up his baby, go take the baby out to eat, go shopping, do whatever it is a father wants to do with their child, but you want to stand in the way of that. But you're in a brand new relationship. You got a whole new man. Well, I tell you, baby, this here is a whole hot mess over here. I'm telling you, it's a whole hot mess. Suave say, when they asked for a DNA test, then she really started acting, oh, Lord, baby. Whew, wake that up. And I'm going to say this to you men. I don't care if you're married or if you've been with this woman XYZ amount of years, go get a paternity test. Because there's a lot of men out here that are signing birth certificates for babies that don't even belong to them. And then you stuck paying child support till the child turns 18 for a child that's not even yours. So I encourage. I don't care if you're married. I'm going to say it again. I don't care if you're married. I don't care if y'all been together 20 years. Get a DNA test. Go get a DNA test. Hey, big brother Will. He said the women want to have power over the man. Yes, they do. They want to be in control. They want to be able to drive the car. You get what I'm saying? That's what they want to do. They want to be able to call the shots. And it's so sad because the fathers don't have the strength to fight. They just let it go. They just, you know what? You got it. You got it. 1 + 1 is 3. That's sad. That's so sad. I know, cute. Amen, baby. Amen. But that's sad. So, as we roll into, we're still talking about child support. Here's a question, and I want everyone's response on this. Go, baby. Should a father pay additional money to the mother outside of the court-ordered child support? Ooh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm waking something up, y'all. I'm running right on down that rabbit hole. So what do y'all think? Should a father pay additional money to the mother outside of the court-ordered child support? Do you agree or disagree? I want to hear your comments. I want to know what y'all got to say about this, baby. Honey. So Quita saying the woman talking about she a woman of God, baby. They always want to preach they holier than thou. They always want to say they holier than thou and still holding hands with the devil. And you're right, sis. We as women, we can't. We cannot raise these boys to be men. We got to do better. Suave say hell no. Mercedes say hell no. She can bring money to the table, the same or more. Quita say, I think only for birthdays and Christmas. So Jules says, women can teach a child many things, but the one thing we can't teach these boys is how to be a man. That way, bingo. And that's the problem. We want to be so masculine in the situation. Girl, relax. Sit down, Hulk Hogan. Oh, Lord, baby. I mean, y'all, Lord. So Suave says, unless it's something for the child and valid, yes, but no. So I'm going to agree with you, Suave, because, well, you know what? Let me say this. Let me say this. Fathers, put the child on your insurance because that's required by the court anyway. You know, if the child is not on your insurance, you have to pay the mom for what she pays to carry the child or the children on her health insurance. So I could see if maybe it's a sports event, you know, maybe something like that. But anything else? No. 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 Because if you're getting, I'll say, right, Will, only when the unexpected or things arise. That's what I mean. Like maybe sick, sports, band, school trip, graduation. I'm trying to think what else. Maybe, you know, if the child has a car, maybe pay the child's car insurance. You know, depending on how old the child is. You get what I'm saying? Pay the child's car insurance. Or maybe even add the child to your insurance. You know. But I think anything else outside of that, no. Let me post this one back up. Right. Sick, sports, band, school trip, like I said, graduation, maybe prom. What do y'all think about prom? You think maybe dad should give a little more for prom outside of what he pays for child support? Do y'all agree with that? I would say yeah, for prom. You know, maybe and I'm gonna say this, a lot of times the fathers want to do that anyway. You know, especially their sons. You know, they want to take their sons tuxedo shopping, you know, whatever they want to wear to prom. Fathers really want to be active in that. You get what I'm saying? Haircuts. They definitely, you know, fathers they actively want to do that. So they don't mind paying the $25 or $30 it costs to take the son, you know, if it's his weekend, to have the son, to take him to the barbershop. I could see that. Or, you know, again, prom, sport, maybe a sports event. Maybe if the son wants to go to a concert or the daughter wants to go to a concert or maybe to the movies. I could see little stuff like that. But just let's say you get $700 a month and you constantly got your hand out. What are you doing with that $700 that you get? What are you doing with that money? You're getting $700, maybe $800 a month. You may even be getting $250 a month. I don't know, baby. I'm just throwing some numbers out. But outside of what we've listed, outside of everything that everybody's had to say, I think that's all the father should do. Maybe medication. You know, maybe the daughter started her cycle at school and she can't get in touch with mom, but she's able to get in touch with dad. Dad, you know, goes and buys all her feminine products and takes them to the school. Stuff like that. But, you know, Quita, I just said that. It depends on how much she's getting paid monthly. So I could see, you know what I'm saying? him maybe doing a little extra, maybe going half on a birthday party, maybe something. I could see that. But anything outside of that, no. I don't feel like he should give her any additional money. Or another thing you fathers could do, open up a bank account for the child and have it set up to where where you only have access to it, and put it in there for the child. And then, put stipulations around it. The baby can't touch the money till they turn 18 or 21, however you want to get it set up. But I personally would not put money in the mother's hand, especially if you know she's not going to do right with the money. So you got to be smart with that one. Smart on that one, fellas. You absolutely have to be smart on that one. So Suave says, my mom got $90 a month for 2 kids, and my dad was out making millions while we struggling. And I'm mad at her. I was mad at her for a long time until we talked about it. You have, and again, Suave, this conversation is not for the deadbeat dads. This is for the fathers that actively take care of their children, that they're never late paying child support, or they're even if there's not a child support order, they still come through financially for the child when the mom calls. You get what I'm saying? But to address your comment, sometimes it's not even about the money. You get what I'm saying? We just want the fathers to spend time with the children. It's not always about the finances. But the ones that we are addressing are the ones that are about the money, that are bitter, that just consistently just do not want the father in the child's life. That's who we're addressing tonight. So that's what we're talking about. So I want to play, let's see, because I want to talk about, I really want to go into the rights of fathers. You get what I'm saying? But I also want to really elaborate more on the role a father plays in their child's life. You get what I'm saying? Because again, it's very imperative that these children are not denied access to their fathers, again, especially to the ones that really, truly, actively are wanting and fighting to be in a child's life. You get what I'm saying? So again, I had to wake this conversation up tonight. I really, truly had to wake this conversation up. Is because we see a lot of this going on. A lot of us sit back, and we have friends that do this, that deny the father visitation. But again, I'm going to get into that, but I wanted to let me bump this comment real quick. She say, I was coming back off a woman who got 700 and more, and many people get none for that. Okay, right. Got it. So let me go ahead and roll this clip. Again, I have to stress how important the role of a father is in the child's life.
Let's start with a father's role in his son's life. What is that role?
Protector, provider, and to be a model, a demonstration of what it is to be a man, and how a man needs to be, how a man shows up, not just what a man does, but also how a man provides, how he protects for the women. I mean, it's like looking at yourself in the mirror. You get to see your role played out, and that's so important for young boys.
Okay, is this resonating with you all? Yeah. Fatherless sons is a crisis in our country, particularly in the African American community. It is an epidemic. And what we just saw when we opened the show, the statistics of men in prison is directly related to fatherless homes. We invited Roland Warren to be here tonight. He's the former president and executive board member of the National Fatherhood Initiative. Shed some light on what we're saying here. Actually, as I was preparing for the show, there was a statement that you made that really struck me.
Right.
And I've called every fatherless man I know, where you said there's a hole in the soul.
Yes, yes. I'm fond of saying, kids have a hole in their soul in the shape of their dad. And if a father is unable or unwilling to fill that hole, it can leave a wound that's not easily healed.
Did that resonate with you? Kids have a hole in their soul that's
Yeah.
the shape of their dad. Yeah.
Particularly the male children.
The male children.
Right.
And one of the reasons I'm excited about what you're doing here, what both of you are doing here, is that you're turning the lights on about this issue, because there are consequences to father absence, that transcend the data and the statistics. And one of the things to remember is behind all those statistics is an individual, a little boy, a little girl, who's trying to understand. And it's difficult to be what you don't see.
Yeah.
And it's difficult to become what you didn't have.
Yes. I think the thing that's so interesting, and you all are going to get this in tonight's life class, is the consequences of that hole.
Yes.
The consequences. You watched it.
With my brother, I watched it. And the thing is, like, girls, women, we'll talk about certain things. But guys don't even have the language to say, I feel void, empty, inadequate, less than because I didn't have a father.
Are you all shaking your heads because this is true?
You're not supposed to say those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Right.
So again, I'm not just talking about fatherless dads, but I'm also talking about fatherless daughters too. So again, you bitter baby mamas, again, it's imperative, because like they just said, there's a void that the child feels when they're denied the right to have their father. You get what I'm saying? So take heed to that, ladies. Because whether you believe it or not, that's considered child abuse. And we're going to talk about that. We're absolutely going to talk about that. So back to this question, and then I want to go into the next question. So again, y'all drop in the comments. Let me know. Should a father pay additional money to the mother outside of the court order child support? Do y'all feel he should? Like I say, and like everyone else that commented said, for unexpected emergencies, maybe for prom, maybe sports, maybe movies, maybe if it, again, if it's your weekend and you have the child and you want to take your daughter get her hair done, you want to take your son to get his hair cut, I can see that. But again, do not directly put money into the mother's hand. Okay, fellas? Some of y'all make that mistake, and then you're saying, well, she didn't do right with the money. Well, you should have never put it in her hand. Ask her what the money is needed for, and then you go get it, and then you bring it to the child. Or you and the mom meet somewhere, and you give it to her. Let's learn how to co-parent in a healthy manner. Let's stop all this dysfunctional co-parenting, because the only person that's hurt in the end is the child. That's the only person that ends up hurt at the end of the day is the child. And these babies do not ask to come here. They're innocent in all of this, and they're thrown into a situation that doesn't even involve them, because you bitter baby mamas don't know how to let the past go. The relationship is done and over with, baby. He's moved on. Let this man see his child or children. Unless you can prove otherwise. You'll get what I'm saying? If you can prove that he's unfit, that you feel like he doesn't deserve to be in the child's life, then you prove that. But again, that's not up to you to decide. That's up to a court of law to decide and determine if the father is viable or fit to be in this child's life. Again, stop trying to play the judge, jury, and executioner, bitter baby mamas. Because y'all want to be it all. Y'all want to be the mama. Y'all want to be the daddy. You want to be the judge, the jury, the executioner. Hell, you want to be everything. You want to be the president of the United States. But that's because you want to be in control. That's because you want to have the power. That's because you want to control the narrative. No, it doesn't work that way. When you have a child, when you decide to lay down and have a baby with somebody, it's no longer about you and about that person. It's about the best interest of the child. And that's what we need to start putting first, is the best interest of the child. But again, some of you women can't see past your hatred and your bitterness to do what's right for your child or your children. That part, baby, that part, that way, to the left, to the right, up, down, left, right, all of that. Suave said they might have bitter moms, and she telling him to give her money because the mom is bitter from his. We absolutely, we know that this is generational. And that's another thing, ladies. Keep people out keep your mom, let me say this, keep your family members out your business. Your mama can't tell you what to do. Your mama didn't fuck him and get the baby. You did. And I said it. I absolutely said it. But stop doing it. And again, to your fathers, I'm finna come on y'all for just a moment. Because again, I'm representing for y'all, but I want y'all to hold yourselves accountable for these women that you lay down and have babies with. So I'm gonna wake that shit up. I love you, fathers. I do. Like I say, I'm in blue tonight. I'm representing. But you men need to hold yourselves accountable because you knew what you was laying down with. You knew what you was laying down having a baby with. You saw the red flags, but hey, you decided to impregnate her, and now here you left to deal with the repercussions of your poor decisions. So, dads, I love y'all, but I just had to push your button on that one, okay? I needed to hold y'all accountable on that one. You know I love y'all. It ain't personal. Y'all know it ain't. Y'all know it ain't personal. So, it goes into my next topic for tonight. What can a father do if the mother does not allow him to see the child? Okay, so I stumbled across a video. Y'all know I'm always finding videos. Y'all know I'm always coming with facts and information and stuff to educate. So I'm not going to play the whole video because it's like 6 minutes long. So I maybe play 3 minutes of the video because I want fathers to know their rights and what they can do when there is a court order and the mother is not allowing you to see the child. These are the steps that you could take.
Hi guys, this is attorney Terry S. Herron, your divorce and family law attorney here in the state of Georgia. And today I want to talk to you about contempt actions. I get a lot of questions asking, what do I do if I have a parenting plan and the other person is not following the parenting plan? A lot of times what's happening is maybe you've been given parenting time on the first, third, and fifth weekend, and maybe the other side is not allowing you your parenting time, or maybe they're unilaterally withholding your parenting time from you on certain weekends. Well, here's what we do. So we can actually file a contempt action because if you have an order of parenting time that is signed by a judge here in the state of Georgia, then what we can do is we can actually file with the court letting the judge know that the other person has not followed the parenting plan. This is very important that you actually have an order in place. Now, if you don't have an order in place, then that person is not in contempt. And if your parenting plan doesn't say that you get the first, third, and fifth or whatever weekends you're trying to say that that person hasn't allowed you visitation, then that person is not in contempt. With a contempt action, very specifically, you are able to go to your parenting plan and say, here are my weekends, and here's the time that the person has not allowed me to see the children. And they need to be the same weekends. Now, if for whatever reason your work schedule has changed and now you need to do the second and fourth weekends, well, that person is not in violation if your weekends are the first, third, and fifth weekends. If your schedule has changed and you need to go back to court and modify your parenting plan. So let's get back to the contempt action. What is it that we can do when it comes to a contempt action? What can we ask the judge for? Well, first of all, we can ask the judge to hold the person in contempt, in willful contempt, saying that this person has not complied with the court's order. Secondly, what we can do is we can ask for makeup time. So if you've missed 3 weekends, or maybe you missed a spring break, then you can ask for that spring break back. Well, it may not be that exact spring break, but we'll take that number of days and we can apply it somewhere else where maybe you only got 4 weeks in the summer. So maybe we can put that 1 week on the back of your summer parenting plan, okay? And then also, what else can we ask for? Well, we definitely can ask for a reimbursement of attorney's fees. I mean, you wouldn't have to file a contempt action with the court and hire an attorney to do that had this person not been in contempt. So we can definitely ask the judge to assess attorney's fees so that you can be reimbursed. And that is discretionary. So sometimes you'll find a judge that will give you all of your attorney's fees back. Sometimes the judge will give you a portion of your attorney's fees back. Now, is there a chance that the judge will say no to attorney's fees? There is a chance. Attorney's fees is discretionary, but more than likely, if this person is found in contempt, you will get reimbursed attorney's fees. What else can be done? Well, the judge can actually modify the parenting plan in the contempt action. You heard right. The judge can modify the parenting plan in a contempt action. So keep that in mind. Now, what are some things that are going to help you as far as evidence is concerned? Well, text messages. If you're showing up to the exchange location and you're there, well, the first thing you may want to do is say, hey, I'm here. It's 6 p.m. or whatever time your parenting plan begins. You may want to say, hey, it's 6 p.m. Where are you? The other thing you may want to do is to prove that you were at the exchange location at the time that you're supposed to be there. You may want to take a picture of the surroundings. Number 3, if you're near a convenience store, you may want to walk in, purchase a piece of gum as proof that you were in the area, okay? Because you don't want that other person to come in and say, listen, I showed up to the exchange location and he or she is lying. They weren't there, so I'm not in contempt. No, you want to be able to prove to the judge that you indeed were at the exchange location. Now, listen to me very carefully. You have to be following the order of the court for this person to be held in contempt. So if you're supposed to meet at the Chick-fil-A on Friday at 6 p.m. and you go to the McDonald's, or you're asking the person to bring the children to the McDonald's, then guess what? They're not in contempt if they don't show up to the McDonald's. They're only in contempt if they don't show up to the exact location, exchange location that's in your parenting plan. Now, I get it. Some of you guys actually have in your parenting plan where we will mutually agree. Now, let me just be honest with you. I don't like seeing that, because if you guys were really able to agree on things, then you may not be in court to begin with. So you always, even in your parenting plan, you always want to have an exact location. And if you guys mutually agree to change it outside of that court order, that's fine. Now, when you guys don't agree, you need to go back to the court order. And if it says Chick-fil-A at 6 p.m., you meet at the Chick-fil-A at 6 p.m. All right, so what I want you to do is, if you're dealing with contempt actions, or you know someone who's dealing with a contempt action, call our office, set up an appointment to get started so that we can file a motion for contempt. 404-418-7777. And I also want you to share this video. Listen, I'm all about fostering the parent-child relationship. So I don't like it when parents are withholding children from the other person. So definitely give us a call so that we can go and we can fight so you can have the parenting time that you've been awarded. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
So dads, I hope y'all took notes, because that's exactly what she said. And that's not just, it just does not just apply in the state of Georgia. I believe it applies across all 50 plus states. So like she said, If there is a court order and you're showing up to the, like she said, the meetup point, to retrieve the child, and she's not showing up or he's not showing up, document that. If you go, if it's agreed, that you're supposed to pick the child up from the home. Another thing you could do, call the police so they could document and say, hey, I was here, Mr. X was here on this day at such and such, because you want to, when you go to court to prove contempt, you got to come with your I's dotted and your T's crossed, baby, because I'm going to tell you something. If you're not coming with the receipts, guess what? You're going to be stuck. You're going to be SOL. You're going to be fighting a losing battle. So Jules says, get in court and file for this visitation rights. She say, better yet, go for joint custody. I agree, sis, but that also applies to joint custody as well. If there is a order, joint custody, and again, she's not dropping a child off at a certain time, or he's not there to pick the child up at a certain time, you could take her back to court for contempt. And then also one of the most important things that she said, two of the most important things that she said was, sometimes you can get reimbursed for your legal fees. So Suave, that goes back to your comment early on. Let me see. Can I go back to, let me see, can I find the conversation? Let's see if I could find, I know you made a comment. Oh, maybe I bypassed it. But yeah, but what you do is, like I say, fellas, know your rights, learn your rights, document everything. Like Miss Haran was saying, like Miss Terry was saying, go to the service station that's in the area, buy something and keep the receipt. Let them know, hey, I was here on this day at this time to pick up the child, and Miss or Mrs. So-and-so didn't show up with the child. So that way you can continue to build a strong case. So that way the judge will rule in your favor. So again, I'm all for pushing and advocating for, fathers that want to particularly, want to be active in their children's lives. You get what I'm saying? So again, that was in response, the video that I played was in response to this question. What can a father do if the mother does not allow him to see the child? Document everything. Write everything down. Take a picture. Make sure your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed. Because when you go to file the contempt paperwork, you have to be able to prove it. You have to bear the burden of proof, as they say. Look at me trying to get my little legal terms down. Look at me trying to be Judge Ashley over here or somebody. But really though, you got to bear the burden of proof. You have to. You have to bear the burden of proof. You have to prove that the mother or whoever has, however it goes, sometimes the fathers have custody of the child and the mother is allotted visitation and vice versa. But again, you have to prove the burden, you have to provide the burden of proof to prove that they're absolutely in contempt of a court order. I know you can go to jail for being in contempt of a court order. So ladies, don't feel like you just been skating on thin ice, like you can't be arrested. Yes, ma'am, you can. You can absolutely go to jail for violating a court order. If the court order says he is supposed to do X, Y, Z, and he's doing TUV, WXYZ, and he can file the paperwork. And fellas, you don't need an attorney for that. You can actually Google, file the paperwork yourself, and take it to court. Take it to court. Because again, I feel like all fathers deserve to be in their children's lives, and all children deserve to have their fathers. Regardless of what the mama may say or regardless of what the mama may do, stop denying those children their rights because you mad and you bitter. Baby. Women, Yes, I'm talking to you, ladies. Talking to you. Stop the child manipulation for your own personal gain, aka parental alienation. Stop it. I'm going to really stress this right here. Because a lot of women don't realize that this, again, as I stated before, is a form of child abuse. It's mental abuse. Because you're manipulating the child, you're putting these evil, toxic thoughts into this child's head about the other parent because you're mad. Because the relationship didn't work out. Or because he's moved on, he's in a new relationship. Hell, he may even have gotten married and has another baby. And you jealous of that. You're envious of that because you felt like that should have been you. But unfortunately, things don't always work out the way we want them to. So we as women, we have to accept what has happened and move on, especially when there are children involved. Because we can't sit and say we love the child and we want what's best for the baby, but we're doing manipulative tactics using manipulative tactics against the father. Poisoning the child's mind, telling the child, oh, the daddy ain't nothing. Oh, he don't love you. He's got a new family. Stop that. Because again, in that video clip that I showed, it's imperative for a child to have their father. I'm not saying mothers, you're not important, but right now I'm talking about the fathers and their parental rights. Because they have just as much rights to the child as you do. Again, you didn't get the baby by yourself. You laid down with this man laid down with this woman, you guys consummated the relationship and a baby came. But because the relationship didn't work, because he's moved on, you feel like you want to hold the child hostage. Why are we doing it? Let's talk about that. Let's drop in the comments. Why are we continuing to do this? When are we going to break the cycle? When are we going to allow the village to come back together? When are we going to stop normalizing single parent households? But let me back up because I don't want anyone to feel like I don't uphold single parent households. I could see if the father passed away, if the father is deceased, or the father was abusive. I could see that. You keeping the father away. But again, if you don't come with a burden of proof to prove why this father is unfit to be in his child's life, let this man see his child. Let this man see his child. Stop playing. Let that hurt go, baby. Come on, beloved, in my Ayanna Van Zandt voice. Let that hurt go, beloved. Because you're not hurting you, you're hurting the child. And then you have this child that we women or men are left to deal with because they're bitter. They're broken. There's this void in their life that you caused. But you're not ready for that conversation. You're not ready to be held accountable for the pain and the trauma that you put on this child. Because you're bitter. Because you're upset. Because you want to be deceitful. You want to be spiteful. Because he had another baby, so guess what? I'm going to put you on child support. Oh, you're not giving me enough money, so I'm going to file child support. When is the cycle going to end? Why do we continuously do this? Y'all, when I tell y'all, I'm so upset about this. I'm absolutely appalled by this because We see this on a daily. We see these women that do this on a daily. You stand in the way of a father-daughter relationship. You bitter women stand in the way of a father-son relationship. Do you not realize it takes a village to raise a child? It takes a village. Are we going to get back to the village mentality, or are we just going to keep on with the bitter baby mama syndrome? Can we normalize, healthy co-parenting relationships? Can we start normalizing that? Can we make the difference? Can we make the change? It starts with us, ladies. It starts with us saying, you know what? Let me put my ego, my pride, my anger, my sadness, let me put all that to the side, because we need to focus on the child. I don't give a damn if you don't like me, whatever, but we've got to do what's right and what's in the best interest of the child. Can we learn to start doing that? Can we start normalizing that? Can we start holding women accountable for this? Because again, I know why we don't do it, because it doesn't fit the narrative. It's so easy for us to point the finger at the father and say, you ain't shit. When really, mama, you ain't shit. You're the one standing in the way. You're the one. You. And this baby, or let me say this child or these children are left hurt and broken. And it's when they get into relationships, they force this on their spouse, their partner, because they haven't dealt with the trauma. They haven't dealt with the void that was left in their lives, because you moms, you bitter moms, wouldn't allow the child to have a relationship with their father. And that's the most disheartening thing in the whole wide world, is you have a father, a willing father that wants to be active, and you're stabbing him and tearing him down, and you're breaking his heart because you can't let the past go. Let's wake that up. Let's wake that up. Let's talk about that. I encourage therapy. You need to rebuild that bond. You and the father or you and the mother may not always see eye to eye, but one thing you guys need to come to an agreement on, that's the child. That is the child at the end of the day. That's who's most important. That's who's left hurting at the end of the day because of your selfish decisions. That's who it hurts. So can we step back for a moment and look at the child and say, you know what? I need to do right by my child. A lot of you women had children with wonderful fathers. With wonderful men that are wonderful fathers. But you can't see it due to your hatred. You're upset because he walked away from you. He didn't leave the child. He left you. And that's something you women need to take heed. When men leave, a lot of them don't leave the child, they leave you. They leave the marriage, they leave the relationship, but they don't leave the child. But you push it to make it look like he left me, he left all of us. No, he didn't leave all of y'all, he left you. So women, I'm going to say this again. Stop the child manipulation for your own personal gain. That's abusive. You're being very manipulative and narcissistic to the child because you got all this hurt and this bitterness that's continuing to fester inside of you. Because you're not ready to let that go. You're not ready to let that part of your life go, baby. That ship is sailed. That ship is gone. Baby, that man has moved on. you've been in 2, 3, 4, 5, 22 relationships, and he's still in this one. And I encourage healthy co-parenting tactics. I encourage, get to know the woman that your child or your children's father is with. Let your guard down and be open and be receptive. Get to know her. Because you two may share a common thing, and that's what's in the best interest of the child. You may agree on that. She may not be so bad after all. And it's okay for ex-wives and baby mamas and whatever y'all want to call yourselves these days to get along. Can we normalize that? Can we normalize getting along with the baby mamas or the new wife or whatever the situation, the girlfriend? Can we normalize that? Because do you realize, ladies and gentlemen, how powerful and strong we are when we come together? So again, I'm going to say this one more time, and I'm going to keep stressing it. Stop the child manipulation for your own personal gain. Because you want to have power. You want to be in control. You want to call the shots. You want to do everything. It's not about you. It stopped being about you the moment that child took his or her first breath. So it's not about you, ladies. So stop making it about you. Let that man see his child, girl. Don't make me take my belt off and hold your arm up and whoop your ass in a circle because you mad. Because now you sitting over there single and bitter. Because don't nobody want to deal with your foolishness. That's your problem. Hey, sis. Yoshi say you are correct. Yoshi say yes, indeed. Baby, somebody texted me and told me I was preaching like I was Bishop T.D. Jakes. Honey, I'm just the messenger, that's all. I'm just a person that ran across the TikTok video, I'm sorry. I'm just a person whose brother has gone through this, who's currently going through this, and the system doesn't recognize fathers. They'll always push the moms, but won't support the dads. So I wanted to come on here tonight, and I wanted to represent for the black fathers. And when I say represent, I'm representing, let me stress this. Come on up into this camera. I'm representing the fathers that want to be active in their children's lives. To you deadbeats, I'm going to address you April Fool's Day. Okay? Let me back up a little bit. So that's when I'm going to address you deadbeats. It's on April Fool's Day. Deadbeat moms and deadbeat dads. But I want to represent the fathers. I want to salute the fathers on my timeline. I want to address and celebrate the fathers that lay and weep every night, fighting to see their child. You got some fathers that just say, they don't want the headache. So they just let the mama have her way. And that's unfair. Why should the man have to bow out gracefully? Why are we not supporting these fathers that want to be in their children's lives? Why are we not doing that? And to the fellas that date women that do this to their baby daddies, don't think it won't happen to you if you have a baby with her. Yours should say, come on now. She say, but it won't be a joke. She say, yep, and then lie to the kids. And that's the issue that I have is these fathers are forced to bow out gracefully again. And I'm going to say this again. Because they don't want the headache. Because you know what they're like, I don't even feel like arguing with her. You're right, baby. 1 + 1 is 3. If you say 1 + 1 is 3, baby, 1 + 1 is 3. That's not fair. And you women, I really pray for y'all. I pray that God comes and heals your broken heart and places love in your life and places guidance and clears your pathway to see that you're hurting your child or your children. I pray that, right, Yoshi. Filling these babies' heads with the toxic mess. Absolutely. Lying. Manipulation. Right here, sis. Let me go back to it. Let me pull that back up. Parental alienation. And not realizing that that's child abuse. And I'm going to run that back again. You're abusing the child with your manipulative tactics. By clouding the child's mind, saying, oh, your daddy ain't nothing. Oh, your daddy don't love you. Oh, he over there with his new family. I've heard you women say that. I've heard y'all say that. I've heard y'all use that against the father. Go over there with your new baby. Why should he have to just go over there with the new baby and he got a baby right here with you too? Why can't he be with both of the children? Or however many children he has. Why can't he be with all of them? Again, until you can prove that this father is unfit, let that man see his child. Let that man see his child. And I don't think child support should even, you get what I'm saying? It should take all of that. Fathers, learn your rights. Stop bowing out gracefully. Stop letting these women win while you continue to be defeated. While the child continues to be defeated. While the child is the one that's left hurting. The child is the one that's left at the end of the day wondering, does my daddy really love me? Because mommy says he doesn't. Let's start fighting for the children. Start standing up to these women, fellas. I played the video. I gave you the jewels. I gave you the information that you need to utilize if there is a court order for visitation. That's what I want you fathers to know. That's what I want you fathers to know. I want you to learn your rights. I want you to learn what the parental rights are in every state. Stop that. Men, lace them boxing gloves up and come out swinging for your child or your children. Because if you're not fighting, you're disappointing the child. Let's come to some mutual agreement where we stop disappointing the child. Let's come to some mutual agreement where we stop letting the child down. Let's come to a mutual agreement where we can say, you know what? We need to love our child or our children. They need us. Somebody needs to be grown in the situation. Someone needs to be mature in the situation. Somebody has to be. If it's not the mom, then who? If it's not the dad, then who? Let's do right by children. Again, these children do not ask to come in this world. And again, I'm going to say this one more time to you fellas. Again, I'm representing for y'all tonight, but I want y'all to know. Be mindful with who you lay down to have children with. At some point, dads, you got to hold yourself accountable for who you lay down to have babies with now. Suave say, yep, hurting them babies. Yoshi say, yes, indeed. You don't love, yeah. He loves the other ones more. She told me I just hit the nail on the head. Suave says, let's make court orders even if you don't have or make agreement, get them notarized. Absolutely. Sometimes you don't even have to get the courts involved. Sit down. Get you a mediator. Get you some witnesses. You get what I'm saying? That consign. Make sure you have a notary there. Sometimes you don't even have to get the courts involved. And when you can sit down and co-parent, again, in a healthy way, you don't need to put the white man in your business. You don't need to involve the courts. Come to some financial agreement. Okay, if you get paid every 2 weeks, I'm going to give you $300 every 2 weeks. So that's $600 a month. Whatever the agreement is, sit down and stick to it. Don't go backslide and say, well, I don't want, no. No. Come to an agreement when it comes to who has the child on the weekends. Maybe alternate weekends, like a real child support order. Court order visitation. You get the child the first and the third weekend. He gets the child the second and the fourth weekend. You get what I'm saying? If he gets the child for Thanksgiving, you get the child for Christmas, or vice versa. Or, hey, I want the baby for Easter. You get to have the child for Mother's Day. I want the child for Father's Day. I want the child for Labor Day, Memorial Day. Sit down and come to some type of agreement. Get some negotiations rolling. But make sure it benefits the child. And that's who it's about at the end of the day. Make sure it benefits the child or the children. We have to learn to start putting these children first. And that's what it's about at the end of the day, is putting these children first. That's who's most important, is the child or the children. That's who's most important. And I can't stress that enough. Can't stress that enough. Whew, baby. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to go on my little rant, my little tangent tonight. I was on one tonight. I really, truly was. But I want to jump into the upcoming episode for Black Girl Interrupted podcast. So this coming Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm continuing the conversation on things that plague the Black community. So Tuesday, we're talking about healthcare, the disparities of healthcare in the Black community. Why are we not given enough resources when it comes to healthcare? Why are we treated so indifferently than our white counterparts when it comes to healthcare? So that's the conversation for Tuesday, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I absolutely can't wait for that conversation. It's going to be very beautiful, as all the conversations that we have. So I want to roll into my final thoughts for tonight as I bring this episode to a close. Again, to you mothers, because not all of you baby mamas are bitter. But I advise that you get type of therapy. I advise that. I suggest that. Because there's some hurt in you that you need to let go, that you are inflicting on your child or your children. Again, babies, they don't ask to come here. Children don't get to pick and choose who their parents are. But we do. We get to decide who we lay down and have children with or a child with. We get to decide that. The kids don't. So I say that to say, give that child the grace and the opportunity to experience life with a father, son or daughter. Let's encourage that. Let's normalize that. Let's start pushing for that Let's start normalizing healthy co-parenting relationships. I say, you children, my heart goes out to you that you have parents that manipulate children for their own greater good. And that's unfair. It's absolutely unfair to the child. Again, it should only be one child or children acting like children, not two adults acting like children. Come to some type of agreement. Sit down. Hear each other out. Listen to comprehend, not to respond. So hear the other parent out. Listen to their grievances. And then you listen to their grievances, and then you two collectively come together in what's the best interest of the child at the end of the day. We've worked out our differences. What can we do now for the child or the children? That's where I land my plane. Suave says, we need this conversation. No one wants to talk about it. A lot of people don't want to have this conversation because it's holding women accountable. And that doesn't fit the narrative. Holding women accountable? What? Pointing the finger and telling women that they're wrong? Doesn't fit the narrative. But pointing and blaming the black man, that's exactly what they want us to continue to believe. So you're right. No one wants to have this conversation, but you know me, I don't mind running down the rabbit hole. You know I don't mind waking people up. You know I don't mind having these uncomfortable conversations. I don't mind because they're very much needed. It's very much warranted because we're left to deal with these bitter, emotionally undetached children because of a conscious decision that the mother decided to make because she's mad. You're right, Yoshi. They do need to be held accountable, but for some reason, women are held to a higher standard than men. It's almost like we women can't do anything wrong when it comes to the best interest of the children, when that's totally false. Totally false. So I wanted to wake that conversation up. And before I end the show, I do want to roll this video one more time. Again, this was why this conversation came about.
My old account was banned for whatever reason.
On child support, you got to also make sure that you abide by the court order as well. You can't continue collecting child support payments and not allow the father access to his child. That's called manipulation of the child. You're using the child against the father because there is some issue that you have with him. But I'm looking at a court order that states that this father should have access to his child every other weekend, and you are out of compliance with that order.
I'm telling y'all, I had that video on repeat. I'm telling y'all, I think I watched that video maybe 20, maybe 30 times. Because that was so true. You're collecting money, but denying the father access to the child. And I'm going to close by saying this. Until you can prove that the father is unfit, stop trying to be the judge, the jury, and the executioner. And I'm going to say it and end on that. So, y'all, I want to say thank y'all again for tuning in with your girl tonight for another episode of Black Girl Interrupted. Again, you can tune in with me every Tuesday, every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. If you haven't done so already, run over to YouTube, subscribe to Black Girl Interrupted, share it, like it, tell a friend, come hang out with me every Tuesday and every Thursday while we have these wonderful and beautiful conversations. You could also follow me on I am also on Instagram. I am on Twitter. I am on Facebook. I am also on Clubhouse. So come hang out with your girl. I absolutely love having these conversations. Again, I absolutely love being back in front of the camera. As you can see, I've been consistent, y'all, in hosting my shows. And again, still hosting my content on Clubhouse. Again, in February, the first Monday in February, I will roll out Black Girl Interrupted presents the Black Carpet Experience. Excuse me, and that will be on Mondays on Clubhouse, where I am spotlighting beautiful Black people, whether you're a rapper, whether you're a singer, a dancer, a designer, whatever it is that you do, I want to highlight you. I want people to know who you are. So, Marketing Monday. Again, Black Girl Interrupted presents the Black Carpet Experience that rolls out effective the first Monday in February, y'all. And I'm so excited. I will actually be going live with that as well, but I will also be hosting it on Clubhouse as well. So if you or anyone you know would like to be highlighted, let me post. Hold on, let me put my email address up here. Give me 1 second. I'm going to put it up here. I should have had it up here. All right. So there you go. Send me an email. I should put it down there in the banner. But send me an email if you or someone you know would like to come on the show, be a guest for my Marketing Mondays. Again, I want to spotlight beautiful Black people. Again, whether you're a business owner, whether you're a dancer, rapper, whatever it is, I want to get up close and personal. I want the people to get to know who you are. You get what I'm saying? Talk about your product. Talk about how you came to be a rapper, how you became a singer, you know, what a cook, whatever your craft is, I want to highlight that. So again, send me an email address so we can set something up and we can get you rolling in on the show. So on that note, I love you guys. Hold on, I got a couple of more comments. Oh, you're welcome, sis. Absolutely, baby. You know, we're gonna always have these conversations. And she says yes. So again, I will put the launch date again. I'm pushing for the first Monday in February. Again, there's the email address. Let me post it back up here. Send me an email if you guys want to collab. I'm always looking to collab with anybody. If you want me to come on your show, you want me to come in your space, you want to come on my show, come in my space. Let's make it happen for 2022. So on that note, I love you guys. Again, I greatly and absolutely humbled by the continuous love and support that you guys show me week in and week out. I'm forever grateful. I also have something coming up that I would love for everyone to help contribute to. I am trying to get my LLC. So you guys help your girl. It's $500 in the state of Texas. So I'm gonna get that set up, and you guys help your girl get that 500 so I could go ahead and become official. But I love you guys. I hope you guys have a great night. And I will see you Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Central Time, same place. I hope everyone has a beautiful weekend. Enjoy the MLK holiday. Hopefully the weather will hold up and be beautiful for everyone to get outside and have some fun. So I love you guys. And again, I'll see you Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Bye, y'all.